everyone. This is Ranjana from CATKing. Today, I am excited to be in conversation with Mr. Falak, who recently completed his Master's in Consumer Analytics and Marketing Strategy from the University of Leeds in 2024. He is now working with Lloyds Banking Group in stockbroking customer service in the UK. A person who will give us a first-hand look at what it's like to study, graduate, and start a career there. So, yeah, so he's here, and I'm sure it is going to be an incredibly helpful session for all of you who are planning to study abroad, especially in the UK. Okay, so to begin with, hi Falak, how are you? If you could, quickly introduce yourself, tell us, where you are from, your academic background, and what, you are doing currently.
Yeah, I'm primarily from Mumbai, born and brought up there. Did my bachelor's in commerce from Mumbai and did master's in commerce from KS, Mumbai University. And then I moved to Leeds about 2 years ago. Did my master's in consumer analytics and marketing strategy. And before that, I also used to work for CATKing and a Swiss sports brand. Um, and now I'm currently working with Lloyds Banking Group as a customer service advisor in the stockbroking department. Yeah, that's short background about all of the stuff that I've done. Yeah.
So, what made you pick Masters in Consumer Analytics and Marketing Strategy as your specialization?
I did have a little bit of background in marketing and also a bit of experience in it, but I did see a bit of upside in MarTech globally, not just within India. But so I really wanted to upskill with analytics in marketing. So it did give a very niche options in terms of like course to pursue these. So there were very few universities offering this course. So the thought process behind choosing this course was primarily have had to do with my interest in switching towards analytics in marketing side of yeah.
And then, what inspired you to study abroad in the first place?
Primarily again because the niche course that I really wanted to choose was not available in India. I really wanted a bit more options to choose from so that I know what I'm getting myself into. And because I wanted more options, I was inclined towards UK, because there I had some options to choose from. In terms of motivation to move abroad, it was, as I said, because of the course and also because of the kind of industry and the job role that I was looking for in terms of opportunities. There are much more outside India. Secondly, there were also some changes in laws. For example, because of Brexit, it uh, on paper it was a bit of an advantage for all the students outside of the Europe, but
Okay.
because of
Okay.
the laws that were in place before Brexit, they had to prefer, not
Mm.
had to prefer, but employees employers generally preferred students from Britain, UK and Europe, because they don't have to sponsor them. But because of Brexit, they had to sponsor anybody from Europe as well. So it reduced a bit of competition there. One of the reasons.
What were the top factors you looked at, while shortlisting your universities? Were you looking at the scholarship opportunities, employability, or maybe rankings, or something else?
So a lot of these factors, it really depends on what course you choose, because if it's mainstream, these factors definitely come into the picture. But
Mhm.
nowadays, what I've observed in job market is it's very merit based. So if you are knowledgeable and if you know what you are doing, then irrespective of what university you are from, you will have an upper hand. Also, a little bit of financial factor as well in terms of fees. It was a bit on the higher side a little bit higher than the average that somebody might find in the UK.
Okay.
But it the primary factor was the course.
So how did, CATKing help you through this journey?
One of the key things that helped me with CATKing was it does have a vast, you can say, network of mentors or alumni who have been come out of CATKing who are globally placed and who are in some of the prestigious universities across the world, not just UK, US, or
Okay. Okay.
some other places. So that's when you actually get access to that network, which helps you in research and decision making.
Mhm.
That was one. Second was assistance with statement of purpose and LOR writing, where I drafted and a few iterations and then had some sessions with Anisha ma'am, in my case, who helped me with whatever changes are required or in these lines I can do a bit better. Um, a bit before than that, I also got some advice as well from them that what I can do to improve my profile and
Okay.
what things I can do to actually support my application. And really, that tailored advice was key in my application.
So what has your experience been like, at Leeds academically, socially, or maybe culturally?
It's going to be a long answer if I'm being honest. But before actually moving to Leeds, I did a thing which I wouldn't recommend anybody to do. I wanted it to be a big surprise for myself, so I didn't really do much of looking about how the city is, what's it looks like, what it is about. Um, but just the sheer size of the University of Leeds is so huge. There are loads of students in Leeds, and there are a couple of big ones as well, like Leeds Beckett. And you get a lot of variety of subjects that people are doing. There are 17 or 19 pubs in the list, and you have to dress up whatever you want, anything crazy, like, I don't know, a banana or a construction worker or a princess
Okay.
guy dressed up as a football player or anything like that. And they walk, I think it's a stretch of 2 to 2.5 kilometers. And the rule is you have to drink a pint in each and every pub. They literally pass by next to my house. So it's, it's really amazing to actually even watch that happen in front of your eyes.
And how different is studying in the UK when you compare your UG in India. I mean, when you were studying your undergrad.
Very different. Very, very different. One is the way they conduct their courses, and the way they approach studies is very different. Nobody is pressurizing you to do anything.
So were you a part of any clubs, societies, or networking events, or did you take up any kind of internship while studying in Leeds?
I was a part of a club, but I didn't really participate much. I did participate in a lot of networking events, which was different from the clubs.
Okay.
They used to they have a startup hub in University of Leeds itself, which allows a lot of corporate companies to have and held their events there. I did participate in quite a few of them. There are also a lot of industry visit opportunities where you get to just live or just be in their office for one day and you get to see how they work, what's the product, understand what they are offering as services. I would say that is also one of the factors in choosing a university who does have these sort of events quite often on their campus. It is also one motivating factor to choose uh,
Okay.
respective universities. So that was really helpful. I do used to participate a lot for networking opportunities.
And as you mentioned about the UK's skilled occupations list, so how important is it to pick a course which has a tie-up to this UK's skilled occupations list?
It is important because it affects the sponsorship laws. So if you qualify for one of the jobs in the skilled worker visa, which allows to have reduced um, salary threshold for sponsorship,
Okay.
um, it's a little bit of an advantage. So again, it really depends on what stream are you choosing and what skilled work you are choosing to do. Yeah, it those skilled workers, some of the jobs they just qualify for reduced um salary threshold.
Would you still recommend the UK and the University of Leeds, to be specific, to future students? Why?
Um, if you think there are other options that are available, I would say explore them before before definitely choosing to move to the UK, because it's very difficult for students now to actually get into the job market. And if you know what changes are already going on and then you choose to move to the UK, you know what you're doing then. So unless and until you're absolutely sure that no other university or no other country is going to offer me this course, then you can think about, okay, it's okay, I'm going to choose this one. But there are other options as well.
Okay, a quick fun round, maybe, Palak, one thing you miss about India.
Initial in the first year, food, but then you start cooking good food. So I wouldn't say food that much now because then you get used to. Um,
Okay.
Secondly, culture,
Okay.
definitely like it,
This was my next,
now.
question, like a surprising, culture shock movement of yours.
No, it's like moving to Leeds. It's like from Mumbai. It's like moving from 1,000 to 10 in terms of the number of people, energy, busy. It's a massive change, massive change. Second thing would be the even if you you are pretty good at speaking English, once you move towards the north of UK, you realize you don't. Because the accent is just so different. You wouldn't catch on what they're saying.